Hey, it's the Grottu Orloff show, ladies and gentlemen, and it's Monday, July 28th, 2025. Mick Jagger turned 82 years old 2 days ago. He's a regular viewer of this program, so I wanted to say happy birthday to you. And we're going to be spending hours organizing upstairs on the hottest day of the summer, man. We're going to go up there and spend hours in the attic. It's going to get up into the 90s today, which seems like nothing to me in the old days. In the old days, I lived in Texas, and that's just typical. I mean, that's kind of a cool day on July 28th. But, no, it's, I remember it getting up to 112. But Woodsy Owl says to turn the lights off. Or was that Fruit Brute? I can't remember who told me to do that when I was 5, 6, 7 years old. Okay. Oh, there was another fan I was going to bring up here. Forgot to do it. I'll go back and get it. So, how are you guys doing on this wonderful Monday morning? A lot of organizing got to do up here in the comic room. Someone was saying somewhere on the internet, I saw someone saying that if you have less than 100, did they say 100,000 or 10,000 comics, that you aren't a real comic book collector. And sometimes I try to figure out, someone was asking me, how many comics do you think you have? And I said, what the hell do I know? You have to do an estimate. So, no, man, I'm really, let's get some music going. All right, music. Okay. Oh, we need some lighting. Let's get you into a tripod. Yeah, it's going to be a wonderful day up here in the comic room. Glad you guys have chosen to stumble on in. Yes, indeed. Okay. Let's get some more light. Ah, shit. Sorry. So anyway, how you guys doing, man? It doesn't look like I've lost weight, but apparently I have, because my pants, I have to keep pulling them up like I'm Charlie Chaplin or some teenager. My mother-in-law bought me 2 nice pairs of pants for my birthday. And my wife told her what size I was, but she didn't believe my wife. She thought he has to be fatter than that. So she got like an extra size up, and then another pair that was even 2 sizes up, because she figured he's either really secretly fatter or he's gonna get fatter. And but actually I've lost a little weight, so now I'm really having to pull my pants up. Okay, how about that? All right, we got just all this stuff that's just wound up on top of these boxes, and I've got to move that, organize it. Oh my gosh, just Look at this collectible. Superman and Batman jigsaw puzzle. It when you assemble it, it looks like this. How about that? Yeah, well, this kind of made me think of the scene in the new Superman movie where he's fighting a big monster, and these people said, that's just not comic accurate. Superman never fought monsters. Because they've never read a comic, they've just seen the Man of Steel. And I saw someone talking, this is fake heavy metal music, by the way, that I created on Suno.com. It's supposed to be funny before you start thinking I have very bad taste in music. Well, this guy was saying, man, when that giant kaiju creature attacked, that it was ridiculous because lots of people would have been killed, and he's saying that this is just a kiddie movie because no one on the street got hurt or killed, and basically he wanted to see people get killed, and because this is someone that's grown up playing video games, that's never, it's a generation that's never seen a war, that just thinks, oh man, it's just people need to die to make this realistic. I want my Superman movie about a guy from outer space to feel realistic. Just cretins, morons, morons, I tell you. Well, Drew the dog is here, man. She must not know I just put food out for her. Why is she here? Drew the dog. There's Drew the dog. How about that, ladies and gentlemen? Oh, I was gonna look at my Turok Son of Stone comics. I gotta pull out my Gold Key comic section. Where did I put my glasses? Oh, there. Well, let's just look at random stuff and get things organized while we do it. Oh, Detective Comics. Here's Doctor Strange 174. I have tons of copies of Strange Tales from the Silver Age, but then Strange Tales changed its name to Doctor Strange. And at that point, yeah, man. Okay. I have some Detective Comics I need to put into this box. I think they're over here. There we go. Okay, so this is a facsimile. So, facsimile of issue 411. And here's a facsimile of issue 400. So, let's get them filed. Oh, okay. Well, these Fantastic Four comics that's a facsimile before you get excited. Still haven't seen the Fantastic Four movie. Hear good things about it, but it's requires a long drive to see that movie, and I do it, but yeah, I just can't do it right now. Okay, so here's Detective Comics 380. Here's 383. $387, $392. Here's 403. So I need to put that facsimile of 400 in before that. Now I've got to put in 411. This is 422. Man, it's not even bagged and boarded. So, yeah, I don't have a lot of, I need more. Well, those are expensive books around that time period because of Neil Adams. At that time period, I was buying comic books, but I wasn't really buying superhero comic books. Wait, what is that time period before I lie to you? Yeah, around this time period, I was buying comics, but I was not buying super great reprintable Detective Comics. I was buying monster comics. I was into monsters. I was buying Harvey comics, Gold Key. But let's see, what year is this? April 72. Okay, I was finishing up first grade. Yeah, definitely I was buying comics then. In fact, man, I had that first Tarzan, but I don't know what happened to that. And then I replaced it. I'm pretty sure I replaced it. One thing I had to do today is number some of these boxes because I'm starting to have trouble. 422. Here's 424. Then we go to Doctor Strange 174 and 179. 181. I don't have complete runs of hardly anything. Runs. We used to say I've got all of them. Complete run. You know, at some point the terminology all changed in comic book collecting, and I could just say, oh, I'll go along with it and start saying 9.8 instead of near mint. I could say, what else do they say? What are the other words they say? I can't even think of them. They run. What's the thing they use for origin issues? Key issues. I just don't like that terminology. Key issue. It's a key issue. And these people and slabbing. Man, I just like my own little world of old comics, and don't like. It drives me crazy, all this nuttiness. Right, Drew? Drew the dog agrees with me. All right. Detective Comics, Fantastic Four. Oh, yeah. Fantastic Four, yeah. Yeah, this is important right now because everyone's watching the movie. Everyone but me. These are all fake. I've been putting out lots of fake or facsimile Fantastic Four comics anyway. I'll skip over those. This is a near mint. I was going to send this off to CGC. Notice the CGC says that tape is not a flaw. It doesn't have any color breaking spine ticks or color breaking. That's another new one. Color breaking spine ticks. This cover is almost solid tape. You see that, man? The whole thing is taped together, every molecule. I like to see Jerry the Jitterbug try to restore or whatever with that one. He doesn't use it. Conserve is the term. All right, well those are terrible. This is my first decent shape Fantastic Four. Number 22. I thought I had several copies of that. I guess I don't. Here's 24. I got this for like $8. Or just a couple of years ago. Okay. 28. $29. See, this comic's in perfectly solid condition. Yes, there are color breaking folds. The spine is not perfect, but the staples are holding on. It's perfectly readable. It was something I could afford. It says there's tape on the bottom of the spine. They say it's a 3.0. I think I got this for $20, half price. See how they do it at Duncanville Books near Dallas? They write 3.0, and then they wrote tape bottom spine, $40. That's how they write the prices. So that's that must have been one I got not too long ago. Here's what was number 29. So I need 30. Here's 31. Apparently the Mole Man is in the new movie briefly. Spoiler alert. It's another copy of 31. Got this back in the late 70s, early 80s at Lone Star Comics. That's now called mycomicshop.com. You see there next to the 31, you see right next to the 1? Can you see that? There's a little G written in pencil, which means this is good condition. That's how people used to rate comics in the old days. So I don't think I paid much for that back then. And then this is one I got at this was $45, and I think that means it's half price. I got this one at Duncanville Books. This one is in a little rougher shape if you look. The old one I got. Why did I buy a second copy in worse condition? Because I forgot I had it. It's called Being Insane. Yeah, that's what happened there. Actually, the good one has a problem I didn't notice. It's got grubby finger syndrome. That's a new term I just invented right now. Do you see that? Some kid didn't wash their hands for a couple of weeks and grabbed the comic, and it just took the ink right off with their fingerprints. Do you see that? And the other one I got that has the rougher spine, it's more readable. So I'll say that I got another. Oh, there's another one. Wait. Did I show you this one? I also have this one. So why don't you sell me your copies? They're extra. Well, because I don't like to sell. I'm not trying to be mean. I just don't like to. I don't do that, man. I'm not a store. And these old Fantastic Fours, I just don't want to sell them, man. It's like, Why don't you give me your firstborn child, Grottu? It's like a troll under the bridge. Okay, so that's okay. Here's Fantastic Four 32. Damn. And it's hard to say, well, I have 2 copies of it. Which one would you sell? Well, they're both in, well, the spine's worse on this one, but then this one may have a worse spine, but then this one has a little tear through the thing's knee and wrist. So they're both effed up in different ways. It's the way it is, man. That's the way it is. Monday, July 28th. Yeah, man. Okay, so that was 32. Here's 33. You know, the only way I could afford these was to buy, you know, I couldn't afford mint copies. That's probably why they were affordable back then. And well, one of these I got in the late 70s. One of these I got not long before the COVID pandemic. It's amazing. You used to be on YouTube. You weren't even allowed to say the word COVID. Do you remember that? I went to a comic book convention. It's like so close I could walk to it if I had wanted to. It was a local college, university, right? Comic convention here locally. Wow. I'll go. My God. I walked around. It's like, man, I see idiots walking around in cosplay. I mean, dressed as little anime characters. And I see little figurines of dragons, and I see Funko Pops, and there's macrame and all these little things that these Renaissance Fair pigs make, you know, little fairy goblin creatures, and these women, you know. It's like, where's the comic books, man? And finally I found a little guy over by the door with he had 4 short boxes of comics. He was the only person in the whole convention that had comics at this Comic Con. And that was, I got that Fantastic Four from him. I said, man, you're the only one here with comics. He said, I know. And I got it from him. Then I went home and realized I already had it. It's just ridiculous, man. But apparently there's still good conventions out there because I see people going to them and all that. Here's Fantastic Four 35. This is one I got from the old days. This is this time period of the Fantastic Four is beyond words great. 36. Everything wonderful about Marvel Comics in the Silver Age, it was all here. It was here and in the Spider-Man comic. Everything was being laid down by Jack Kirby and Steve Ditko. And everything else was just another Marvel comic. They were great and everything. People that watch these movies think that everything started with Iron Man. Oh, everything started with the Fantastic Four. And, of course, you know, Sandman was a Steve Ditko creation, but here Kirby is utilizing him, and then he's got his new creations and everything. Oh, another copy. $37. Okay, this one also, all these I got it at Lone Star Comics. See, it has that G there. I wonder if you guys ever encounter comics out there in the wild that have these little pencil letters that say G or F, or they wouldn't write M on a mint comic. I know they wouldn't do that. But they were taught to write that lightly on there at that store. And probably everyone's erased them. I don't know. I feel weird about getting an eraser near my comics, but it's part of the history of the comic. I know where I got it. 38. Look at that. The Merry Marvel Marching Society wants you. I was trying to recreate Glenn Danzig and failed miserably. What you do is on Suno.com, you type in the type music you want, you type in the instruments you want, the type singer you want, and then you type in your words. And you know, if you want a Hammond organ or a theremin, you can put anything in there. And the type singer and the type, you know, what style music. Is it going to be this, you know, if you want to, you gotta know about music to get it right. You know, it's like, okay, that's blues metal. But then you want to try to recreate a Susie and the Banshees kind of sound. Well, you think, well, I just type in Gothic. No, you're supposed to type in death rock Gothic. You know, and if you want it to sound like the Beatles, well, you can't say sound like the Beatles. You can't mention the name of an artist. So it's like, oh well, I could say Liverpool accents. I could say British Invasion, Mercy Beat sound. You know, I always put the year in. Like, you know, this song I think I put in there 1991. Anyway, whatever. Anyway, here's 39. It's got an F. So, yeah, in the old days there was good, and then there was fine, and then there was mint. And then below good was fair, right? And then there was poor. That's before we had a number scale that went up. I don't know how people do this. Say, I know this is a 9.4, but it looks like 9.6. It's like, how do you know the slight differences in the grades? Yeah. This is just so great. Look at that. Okay, 39. This time period, we're around 1965-66. You're hearing the Beatles and the Beach Boys on the radio, and you're picking these up at your local drugstore or spinner rack, wherever you got your comics. And I was busy learning how to walk and speak. Here's issue 40. So I wasn't buying these off the rack. If I was about 10 years older, I would have been. 41. But I was into monster comics initially, and Fantastic Four got me into superhero comics. And I guess because I saw what looked like a monster on the cover, the Thing. It's issue 42. And it's got a little G if you look next to the 2 in 42. Do you see that G there? Depends on how good your high definition TV is. 43, Marvel briefly changed their name to Marvel Pop Art Productions because Stan Lee figured all this stuff that Andy Warhol's doing and Roy Lichtenstein, he's copying these panels out of comics and selling them for $1 million or equivalent in art money today in fancy galleries. So we'll market our comics as fine art, and which the idea is good. I love this Marie Severin coloring, which you get in the Silver Age of Marvel. Marie Severin was the colorist for EC Comics. And if you think about EC Comics, Tales from the Crypt, Haunt of Fear, all that, they all were colored like this. She was the main colorist. And she colored Marvel Comics, and you can really see it. Now, when they were to reprint these stories in the 70s, they would use brighter colors, which is what Stan Lee wanted. But since, like, oh, another copy. I've got 2 copies that are in good condition. Both of them bought at Lone Star Comics. I must have been out of my mind, because I bought these around the same time period. Yeah, I mean, you look at them, and I don't know what the condition would be considered on these today, but you know, mycomicshop.com is now famous for undergrading. You know, if something's really, they'll say it's in worse condition than it really is. I talked to a guy that graded for mycomicshop.com. I ran into him in a comic shop. He had worked there for a while. He's a young guy. And he said, yeah, they teach us to, the owner tells us to give it a lower grade than it really would be, because we don't want unhappy customers. We don't want books returned. So that's just their philosophy, which is something that makes them beloved by comic collectors. And I always liked the store. I never had any complaints about that store. It's my local comic store. August 18th. See that? The only problem with the store was that at a certain point, maybe in the 90s, probably in the 90s, all the back issues of comics in the boxes, it just went away. And they just had new comics and science fiction and whatever else, Dungeons and Dragons, and because they went mail order on the internet, and that was not a thrilling moment for me. 45. Inhumans are coming in here. I don't have 46, 47. I've got a facsimile of 48. I mean, I've got all these reprinted in book form. One is that Black Bolt cover. That's probably why I don't have it. It's always so expensive. This is issue 49, which is a high dollar. This is a real, not facsimile. If you look between the 4 and 9, they've written VG, very good. So this is a pretty valuable comic now. First cover appearance of Galactus. He first appears in this comic, but he's not on the cover. This is a more valuable comic. First appearance of Galactus and the Silver Surfer. It's just that they're not on the cover, and morons now buy comics and they don't read them or look inside of them. They get them slabbed in pieces of plastic and put them on the wall, and if the character's not on the cover, then it's not interesting to them. Here's a facsimile of that same issue. We looked at those last time. Okay, wait a second. Where's... Oh, 50. That's not the first Silver Surfer on the cover, because he's on the cover of the issue before. It's just he's just kind of small. And then here's the facsimile of 52, and here's a real 52. Wait a second, 51's out of order. 51's a great issue. This is real. They haven't done a facsimile of this one. I got that back in the old days too. 53. You know, I was thinking, there's a great Hanna-Barbera Fantastic Four cartoon from 1967. It's great. few years after Hanna-Barbera made Johnny Quest. It doesn't have the budget Johnny Quest had because that was made for prime time television on ABC. That was shown at night. Fantastic Four was a Saturday morning cartoon. And that was really well done. But then in the about 11 years later, in 1978, there was another Fantastic Four cartoon. It didn't have the Human Torch. They replaced him with the little Herbie the Robot, who was later put into the comics. And the story at the time that circulated, it was that they were afraid kids would light themselves on fire and try to imitate being the Human Torch. Then later they said, no, the Human Torch was optioned off for a movie, so they couldn't use him in the cartoon. I don't know what the real story was. Here's 54. So, anyway, that was, Kirby actually did the production design, art background, art for that series. And it was okay. But then, let's see, about 15 years later, in the early 90s, Marvel started doing some animation. They did a really terrible Iron Man cartoon and a terrible Avengers one and a terrible Fantastic Four cartoon. It wasn't quite as terrible as the other two. It just was awful. And then Fantastic Four went to a second season, and whole different people took over for the second season. The second season was phenomenal, and it was really close. It adapted these stories from the mid-60s very closely. You could probably get a box set of the Fantastic Four series from the 90s. First season is, second season's really good. I really remember loving that. 55. This one says it's very good. You see, VG? That was 55. Here's 56, also bought back in the old days from One Star Comics. They wrote G next to the 56, so this is in good condition. I don't know what would good condition translate to in this newfangled CGC numbering system. You guys tell me. $57. This is a newer purchase from Duncanville Books. This is going to be probably pretty hard to afford now because everybody's all got this Doctor Doom fever. Here's 58. And it says VG next to the 58. I'm not getting anything done. I came up here to organize and I'm just showing you comics. Here's 59. But I guess it's appropriate since Fantastic Four is doing really well in theaters. Everyone's kind of saying it's about the same quality as Superman, or almost the same quality, and that it's doing about as well as Superman did at the box office. Wait a second. The last time I showed how many copies of this, it made people angry. It's like, why don't you sell those extra copies? I don't know. Well, you want me to sell them? There's plenty of channels you can watch where people will sell you everything they've got. 60. This is not a sales channel. It's not a 50. This is 60. It says very good. Ooh. Hold on a second. Look at this ad on the back for the Aurora model kits. Just a second. I saw a little fold there. Fixed it. At first it seems odd, or it might have to a kid, that on the back cover they're selling Batman, Robin, and Batmobile, and Batplane, the Enemy. But then there's Captain America, Spider-Man, Hulk, Superboy, Crypto, Superman. We're model kits. So this is what it was like, man. Oh, man. Gag cartoons pay big money, man. April 67. I was 2 years old when this came out. April 1967. I remember it well. I kind of have some memories of that time period. I don't know. 61. Did the creators of the Munsters, were they thinking deeply enough that they named Lily because of Lilith? Have you ever thought about that? I've often wondered that. 62. Says it's very good, VG. Beautiful cover. Look at that. Someone sold this for 10 cents at a garage sale once. But that's part of the history of the comic, you know. It's not as great as having a date stamp, but it's all right. I'm missing 62. Dang. No, that was 62. Here's 63, man. Look at that. And look, the graders at Lone Star Comics, VG. Now, they put that VG there when Charlie's Angels was still on television, just to give you a sense of Three's Company and Laverne and Shirley. That's to give you a sense of time here. No one dreamed of this. 6.0. Okay, man. Oh, here's another copy of 63 I've got. This one's got a crease down the center. It's either a subscription fold, probably, or it's a fold that a kid put in it to take to school. You don't know. 64, Century Sinister. There's an episode of the second season of the 1990s Fantastic Four cartoon adapted from this comic. I'm pretty sure they did the Galactus trilogy again. The Galactus story was done in the 1967 Fantastic Four cartoon as a single episode, and then they did it in the 90s second season cartoon. In fact, I'm 100% sure they did, because I have a Galactus toy downstairs based on that cartoon. So yeah, he was in it. I need to go back and watch that, man. I've got it on disc downstairs. 65. This song, the lead singer is taking Lilith, the devil's daughter, to the sock hop, and Lucifer says you've got to get her back home by 10, or you're going to be cast down to hell, where the devil dogs will eat your flesh and poop on you. And then he's complimenting the devil and how well he raised his daughter. That's oh well, it was an attempt at humor, but it might go over the heads of a lot of people. 64. 65. Yeah, buddy. 66. I remember buying this one in Austin, Texas, at Austin Books and Comics. I wonder if that store is still there. It was a really good store, but that was in the Probably late 80s. Went there for a record convention. 67. I'm sorry everybody's been showing you their Fantastic Four comics, but lately it's probably pretty boring. Well, how could this be boring? I know that Rod showed them on the Dr. Silver Age show, Saturday Morning Memories on Saturday, his collection, but I'll show you mine, man. That didn't sound right. 68. Another copy of 68. Almost looks like they're singing, doesn't it? 68. 69. When I first started getting into the Fantastic Four, the first issue of Fantastic Four I got new off the stands. Sue was not, she was off. What was she doing? She might have been, well, she'd already had Franklin. She might have been having another baby. Well, anyway, she wasn't with the team there. They had this Femazon there named Thundra. And she was this big, giant, blonde, tough girl. The Femazons were these kind of like the Amazons in DC Comics, but they had men as slaves, and the men were these barbarous slaves. And they were first in an adult comic, Savage Tales #1 from 1970, which was the first Marvel black and white Conan comic. I think that also was the first appearance of the Man-Thing, but also the first appearance of Thundra. So anyway, that was the first one I got off the stands. Then I started getting Marvel's Greatest Comics to reprint the old Fantastic Fours, and this one, reprinting this one was the first Silver Age. Well, no, it's not true, but I'll show you why. Here's number 70. Isn't that great? I always love the way the city in the background almost looks like a photograph. The gray tone. The first Fantastic Four stories I read were in Marvel Treasury edition #2, which is a big, oversized, tabloid-sized comic with cardboard covers. And that's the book I got, I think, at the beginning of 4th grade, because it had a monster on the cover. And then I had the Galactus trilogy in it, and all the Impossible Man. And that's the first Silver Age Fantastic Four I read. And then, yeah, that was something. 71, that's what got me into, then I started reading all the other Marvel comics. The hell? Oh, that's weird. I got another copy of 71, but look, someone put a clear plastic backing board on. I've never, that may be the only one I've got. Those are expensive, aren't they? That's the way to go. I wish, if you were, rich, that's what you would want to do. This one, number 72. I was thinking there was some weird problem with this one, that the staples were off or something, but it doesn't look as bad as it used to look to me. 71. The weird story about this, in Lone Star Comics opened their first location in this little tiny store, about the size of this little comic area here. It was a little tiny, it opened in the summer of 77, and they were in that first location that I dearly loved. It was on Gay Street. It was a little dead end across from the Wiz Disco. I remember. Not a good area of town. About 20 years later, Amber Hagerman would be abducted from the parking lot of a supermarket almost right across the street from where Lone Star Comics started. That's where the Amber Alert comes from this poor girl in the town that I was living in. Anyway, so that's an idea, but it was real close to where Buddy Saunders, the owner of Lone Star Comics, grew up. His family house was just a few blocks away, so he got that space. Then he opened another location down Abram Street, and he apparently bought that entire 1950s strip center. He owned that whole thing. I don't know if he still does. But his location was there for a bunch of years. Then he got a location across the street where the old General Bookstore was. What was it called? General Bookstore? It was a used bookstore. But he moved across the street. And then he kept that, the second location was kept as his headquarters. Well, years later, right before we moved, it was empty, and someone turned it into a punk rock venue. But it was weird. It was a record store, and then it had a stage where bands would play, like every night. And then they would simulcast, they would put a live feed of those bands to Facebook, so you could watch the bands perform live on Facebook. It was called Howl, or was it Growl? I'm not sure if it was Growl or Howl. But they had used records during the day, and in the back they had old comic books. And this guy ran a little miniature comic store in the actual space that decades before was Lone Star Comics, and then later their headquarters. And he was a former employee of Lone Star Comics. Anyway, long story, that's where I got this issue from him. And I don't know if they're still open or not. And then behind that, you go out the back door, and there was a place where all these tables where you could have a beer, and then there was a brewery back behind there that it was the building that used to be the comic book warehouse. Buddy Saunders used to keep all his comics, all unbagged, in a tin warehouse, and he'd open it a couple times a year and have sales. And I remember getting a bunch of 1960s Daredevils, but it was the Texas heat, and all these comics baking in this Texas heat. The smell of 1960s comics baking. None of them bagged. I guess they bagged and boarded. Well, they didn't board comics back then. They would bag them. In the old days, they didn't board comics in stores. Anyway, man, this is a pretty good copy of this. Damn. It looks like it was a $60, but usually I didn't pay that price because they'd have these half-price sales. That's when I would hit Duncanville Books. I think I probably paid half or something like that. But this is a really good copy of this one. But by this point, there were a lot of people saving they realized that the Marvel comics were something else, and people were saving their comics and keeping them nice. College students and everything, and tons of people kept these comics, and there's a lot more of these out there than anybody knows. You just trust me. Go forward in time 15 years, 20 years, and then you'll realize how many are really out there, because they'll flood the market when they get passed down to the relatives, and I know that character, I saw him in a movie. That's called Galactus. And it's gotta be worse. Anyway, they'll take them to the local stores, and but yeah, there are a lot of people have held on to them. 74. Oh, this is the one I got from that store. I was wrong. I think, yeah. I don't know, man. I can't figure it out. Anyway, here's 75. Yeah, this is the one I got from him. I don't know. I thought there was something wrong with it. At first you think it's sun faded, but it's not. That's just the way it was. It's just like two colors. Red and yellow. And white, which isn't a color. I thought something was wrong with the staples on that one. Maybe not. I don't know. Okay, so that was 75. Here's 76. I've got a pretty good. This was like my comic, man. This was what I loved. 77, because I could afford it. I couldn't afford the Amazing Spider-Man back then. That's always been a pricey book. But I could afford the Fantastic Four, and I could afford Doom Patrol and Metal Men and these books that I realized were not brand. Boy, I love that comic. 78. Okay, 78. 79. I think I've got several copies of this one too. So, ooh. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, see, you can look at the differences in the condition of these two books. Yeah, this one's had a rough life. 79. Oh well. Number 80. '81. '82. I got this one from Kevin at Gotham City Comics. I've been wanting this one for years. '82, '83. '84. '85. Around this time, Kirby had wanted a raise, and Stan Lee just said, "Can't give you a raise right now, Jack. Just draw bigger pictures, and then it'll be like you got a raise because you'll finish quicker." So that's what happened about this time. '87. And then '88, he started saving his characters and that he was, coming up with in his head, and knowing he was going to move over to DC. Saving characters he would have utilized in the Fantastic Four and then in the Thor comic. 90, getting towards the end of Jack Kirby's run. 91. This, I'm pretty sure Jack Kirby based this on a Star Trek episode called A Piece of the Action, where it's a planet based on the 1920s gangsters on Earth. There you go. There's a stamp on this one. It's you see that there? Aldine Branch Library, 11331. No, I mean Airline. Is that what it is? No, Aldine Branch Library, Airline Drive, Houston, Texas. How about that? This used to be in a library. '93. it's really kind of based on two Star Trek episodes. One where Rome, there was a planet where Rome never fell, right? And they had gladiatorial combat, and also the planet where some previous guy from Earth had actually left behind a book about the gangsters of 20s and 30s, and the planet used it as their Bible, that it come from above, and so their whole planet became based on gangster culture. Okay, 93, another copy of 93. 94. I mean, I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying that's obviously where it came from. And just like, although Kirby said he never saw the Planet of the Apes movies, he clearly, Commandy was based on the Planet of the Apes movies. Because you don't have to see the Planet of the Apes movies to know what the Planet of the Apes movies are like. I mean, it's one of those things. 95. This is one of the oldies because it's got the G on it for good. Another copy of 95. Hear people complaining that Mr. Fantastic doesn't use his powers much in this new movie. That he just kind of swings around like Spider-Man. That's what some people are complaining about. Oh well. 97. Ooh, I'm missing 98 and 99. Here's 100. $101. Another 101. You don't need to see that. 102. 106. By this point, Kirby's gone. 108. 109. This one's weird because the cover is completely cut wrong. Now, I don't know that. I mean, do you see how this is done at the printer? It's just it looks like it's 5 cents. You don't see that very often. I don't know if it's weird. You see at the bottom, you see kind of the spine. Oh well, 111. Here's a 111 that someone once sold for 10 cents at a garage sale, and it was originally bought at a armed services, base exchange, a PX, on an Army base, Navy base, whatever. Some kid or adult bought it because they would stamp your comics when you're in the military, or you're the dependent of someone in the military like I was. My dad was in the Army, and I buy a lot of my comics at the PX, and you didn't have to pay tax. It's one of the advantages of being in the military. Here's 114. Very good find. Someone put a sticker, says center detached top. Someone prints stickers that say that. Interesting. 114, 115. Now they got a big thing, says still 15 cents. So this would be the last Sold Rage issue. Some people consider this bronze, but to me, the Bronze Age starts when the comics become 20 cents. That's just my personal opinion. That's how I run my comic collection. Eric Breen helped me get this one from the store he was working at the time. The first Fantastic Four annual from the Kennedy age of comics. He got me this at a discount price. It's one I've been looking for years. This is the back of a Fantastic Four index to early issues. They, on the back cover, they printed what was originally going to be the cover design for this, and I guess Stan Lee thought it was too busy, so he had Kirby redo it as this. But anyway, they printed it on the back cover, so I just put it in this bag backwards, so that I'll show you in case you want to find this issue. This is the actual. If you ever see this in a dollar box, the official Marvel Index to Fantastic Four. Anyway, see, this is what the cover was going to look like. It's got this whole army of Atlanteans, and then Spider-Man down at the bottom. And this is what it ultimately looked like. Obviously, Submariner is much larger on the cover that was printed. And looks like they got rid of the webs under Spider-Man's arms. And I guess they made sure you could see Dr. Doom. The original cover, there's no Dr. Doom. So anyway, so that's interesting to me. Let's see. Here's the second annual from the Bill Mobley Pedigree collection. See, it's got Bill Mobley's autograph on it. Number 2. $72 big pages. Number 3. Unbelievable. The detail, just great. Fantastic. Yeah, they're pointing that out the other day that see, you got Nick Fury there, and then you see him up there in his earlier days during World War II. He's on the cover twice. And man, look at the little red skull there. It's just incredible looking at that, man. Here's number 4. Number 5. Ooh, I'm missing number 6. Well, that gives me some reason to live. Find number 6. Here's number 8. I remember getting this back in the late 70s. And one of my first trips to Lone Star Comics, I was so happy I got this. And I think that we went off to the Grand Canyon. No, not the frickin' Grand Canyon. Carl's, I've never been to the Grand Canyon. To Carlsbad Caverns. I was thinking of the Grand Canyon because I was reading about it earlier, that there's a part of the Grand Canyon they don't want you to go to because they found Egyptian stuff there, that they don't want you to think that maybe there could be Egyptian high-tech stuff there. So they have it blocked off. I don't know. Some of that Eric Von Daniken space alien Nephilim stuff, you know. But anyway, I remember reading this in the car on the way to, because I was in 6th grade. We went on a vacation to the Grand Canyon, the Carlsbad Caverns. This is Fantastic Four number 8. Amazing. And number 9. And then this was a promotional comic for the ABC Saturday morning lineup. And they even promote the Flying Nun. about that. Okay, I'm going to put this comic box up. This is a song about Count Chocula. And Boo Berry. Okay. I gotta put some of this stuff up. What's in this box? The Spirit, and a bunch of R-Crumb stuff. What is in this box? Okay. Look at those boobies. Fuck. Okay. There's a box of Kaboom cereal. Dog poop. My only slabbed comic book, which I really need to break out of it. I didn't get it slabbed. There's a long story that I've told you a million times. I'm not going to tell you again. Okay. Yeah, there's no excuse having slabbed comics in your collection. Well, unless you have something that's worth $100,000, which I don't. Okay, so I've got this long box here. Half of the box is comics that need to be put somewhere. So here's some Gold Key comics that have to be filed. I've got a lot of Disney books I've got to file. A lot of them. That's really what I need to do. Is that's be the maximum best use of my time is to organize some of these to get these Disney books up. Let's look at this box first. See if there's anything. I pulled it down already. Hold on, are there any Gold Key over here? No. Okay. Now, I was writing some music the other day about this comic, which I always pronounced it Dr. Solar, but I hear people on, I don't know why I pronounced it that. I guess it's supposed to be Dr. Solar. I don't know. Somehow reading it Dr. Solar, I don't know. Mainly I never said it out loud. It was just something I read in my head, because why would I, who would I talk to about this comic book? There's never hard, until the internet came along, there's just nobody that would even know what you're talking about. But apparently the George Wilson book is out. Man. I had one coming to me from Diamond to Gotham City Comics. Then Diamond went out of business, so looks like you got to order the book from the manufacturer, because George Wilson is the guy that painted most of these covers, you know, and well, not many people know that, but he's someone that deserves a phenomenal amount of attention. And I guess as a kid, I never dreamed it was one guy doing most of these gold keep paintings. See, I got 2 copies of that one. Yeah, there's a trick. If you look at you got to open up the comic to know what issue number it is, but if you just want to know when it came out, just to file them in a box without doing that, if you look at these 3 digits right here under the gold key emblem, the 6 means 1966, and then the 09 means September, so it's September of 66. How do you know the 6 is 1966 instead of 56 or 76? Because it's 12 cents. You just have to have some knowledge of comics. And so this one, you look, it's 67 April. April of 67. Fantastic. So this one is October of 67. This one is October of 68. Now back, was it the I'd say early 80s, probably about 1981, they came out with these My Light bags, and I bought some at Lone Star Comics. They didn't have backing boards back then, but I put a lot of my comics at the time into My Lights, and they've held up really well. But what I did is I took the numbers that people put on the side of VHS cassettes. When you bought a VHS cassette, it would have little stickers, and some of them were numbers. So I put 22 and a 5. This is issue 25. Then I put tape over that, and that way I could know this is issue 25 without taking it out of the bag. That's how I was doing it back then. So that lets me know I've had that comic for a while. This is January of 69. You see, because it says 901, 15 cents. And oh, this is interesting. Don Glut, who's the guy that wrote Dr. Spectre, and he's a cool guy. Anyway, he was saying on Facebook that he'd be interested in writing new Dr. Spectre stories, because I think someone has bought the rights to Dr. Spectre and something like that. I don't remember. But anyway. He created some of these 1970s gold key characters. Fantastic Voyage. Not bagged and boarded. Look at this. Spoiler alert, they come out through a tear. I was opening it to see what kind of likeness they got of Raquel Welch. This was a good movie, man. Oh my God. Flash Gordon. Okay, I don't need that box. I don't need that box. Oh my gosh. Oh man, this music won't end. I better fast forward. Because you keep doing different versions trying to get it just right, and then you can never get it just right. Okay, Disney. We need Disney. Okay. Disney Comics Box 2. Disney Comics Box 1. And I think there's also another box somewhere that's a long box. Okay. Okay. This box is starts with the Adventures of Robin Hood. What? What is this? This makes no sense. Oh my gosh. Okay, Uncle Scrooge, Walt Disney's Comics and Stories. Okay. Okay, everything's out of order here. Okay, so here's this one. See it? That would be 1967, February. This Donald Duck. Now this one is got a great Christmas cover with a train. So I filed this under W for Walt Disney. Oh, look at that. They got the Beatles there. And so this one is September of '64. That's makes sense. And this one is It's got a Annette Funicello on the cover. Okay, this is 69. This is January of 69. It's just a simple way to, here's 67 December, this is 67 February. That way I can easily organize these. Oh man. Now I know why these are out of order. This is in a wide, because this is, the comics were wider then. They won't fit in this stupid little box. That's why I put them over here. I knew there was some reason. Okay, all right. Now I get it. Yeah, okay. All these have to go in this box because they fit. Okay. Let's see. Okay, more Disney. Okay, more Disney. Well, this Disney's got to be put somewhere. Okay. Okay, so Walt Disney Christmas Parade. Yeah, they're all going to have to fit in here because... So they just won't fit in that box. Bunch of these Christmas Parade comics. Okay, but these little freebie, free comic book day books, they'll fit in this box. So we'll put them over here. Here's an old Gyro Gear Loose. I wonder what CGC would think of this comic. This is a German comic I got when I was a little kid when we were living in Germany. In Germany, they print everything on slick paper. And there's a little photo story about a monkey watching television in the middle of it. Yeah, they got all these little... they're up to. Anyway, it's characters from Song of the South. Let's put that in that box. This is one that's in horrible condition. This is not for my childhood. I just got this in a bag of old comics. Here's Daisy Duck's Diary. Not in good shape, but it's another Gyro Gear. That's the second copy of it. Super Goof. We have more Super Goof. Donald Duck, Scamp. Okay, here's another Super Goof. Put that in with Super Goof. Moby Duck. I guess that's a duck mermaid. I guess a duck mermaid kind of makes sense because they're both, sea creatures or water-based creatures. Moby Duck. Not to be confused with Moby Grape. I keep thinking, have I ever... Moby Grape, is that a... I don't know if I even know if I've ever heard their music. I'm sure I have. What's their hit song? I'm sure I know Moby Grape, but it's more one of those names. It's like, I'm not sure I know their music. Okay, an old Uncle Scrooge, a 10-cent Uncle Scrooge. These are just beat up all to heck. I'm just gonna throw them in this box. Okay. At this point, I'm not even interested in organizing them. Just, they're Disney, they go in here. Okay. Okay, so this is recent. Oh man. Starting to get hot up here. Then I start to get irritable. Starting to realize these comics aren't going to fit too well in these boxes, and that's annoying to me. Uncle Scrooge, Uncle Scrooge. Uncle Scrooge. What is this stupid music supposed to be? I can't take it, man. Horrible. What the heck? Fuck. This horrible music almost made me eat shit. God. Oh boy. I tripped. Excuse me if I cursed. Okay, this is what I'm putting in, and I'm not trying to organize at all. This is from September of '73 Scamp. I've heard James Gunn say that was one of his favorite comics as a kid. Always liked it too. Here's some of my childhood Scamp comics. I'm putting it in with them. Pull out some Uncle Scrooge and put them into the other box. I've got a Huey, Dewey, and Louie to put in there. God damn it. There's Huey, Dewey, and Louie. Uncle Scrooge we'll put over here. Okay, I'm done with Disney. Yeah. Yeah, I tripped. I tripped on a box here and caught myself on those two boxes over there. That was what face first, man. Is it 11 yet? I can't even see the clock. let's look at this Charlton comic box here. Because there's a few Charltons I have to file. Wasn't I drinking a tea? Where's my tea? I might have left it downstairs. Oh, here's a Charlton, Billy the Kid. Perfect. Oop, I said perfect. I make fun of the fact that everybody's saying perfect nowadays, and I wind up doing it. Archie. Okay, there's that. Charlton Comics Box 1. I have Billy the Kid 141 is my earliest Billy the Kid. April 1981. $125. Look at that. All Severin art. They realized at a certain point, October 78, someone was in charge that realized, hey, we've got some artwork in our files that's actually that people like. We actually occasionally hire artists that are good, and so they started reprinting it, thinking they could get collectors to. Look at this. You don't see Star Wars and Elvis Presley and the Beatles in a single ad very often. They're selling. What are they selling? 100 feet of 8mm film of these things. They're trying to get rid of their Space 1999 magazines, which were actually good. They had good art in those. Yeah. I think it was Charlton that took over Sick magazine about this time, and they turned it into a kind of a dirty magazine, like a really sleazy magazine. It's like there was some warped minds there. Billy the Kid. Okay, so I just got this at the beginning of July from some people. I had to drive all the way out in the middle of nowhere. January 1965, it's number 18. So it's the same series. I get that in there. Okay, that's done. Is there any more Charlton over here? I gotta go downstairs and get a fan. What's in this box? It says Harvey Comics. Is that accurate? It is Harvey Comics. Hold on. Looking for a place to hang this ad for Oldsmobile. That won't work. There's Ambrose the cat. What you doing there, Ambrose the cat? And the cats are out here sunbathing. There's Alan. And there's Callie the cat. Oh, I wonder if I got any mail. It seems like the same music's playing down here that was playing upstairs. I can't escape it. There was something supposed to be coming in the mail. I don't remember what it was. I'm going to clean this fan up. Okay. Oh boy. Yeah, there's dust in the back of that fan. I'm taking that fan upstairs because it is needed. Okay. Okay. Okay, man. Okay, let's see what's going on the other channel. So you go to Rumble and go to InfoWars, the live feed.
Ex-NASA engineers may have just solved one of the biggest problems with
You have to sit through a couple of commercials, but I'll skip them. They say this is
it's smaller than a toaster.
This doesn't really work. Let's see.
This is not a scam. All Americans can apply for the 2024 $15,000 debt relief program. People approved for this program walk into grocery stores with
just tell people what you think, and if you don't feel it, we're going to tell everybody.
20 minutes later.
Okay.
I can feel a definite, like an energy spike.
Let's go check the mail.
Energy spike. I'm going to see if it has a crash. I've never heard of a crash. Yeah, probably doesn't. But yeah, it feels pretty good. Yeah.
Uh-oh. Come through the curtains, you're liable to step on a cat. Look at them all, man. What have I interrupted here, man? What are you fellers up to? I have nothing to do with this, says, okay. Okay. No mail. See, this cat likes to play with my shoes. She likes to, what do you call the inside the shoe? These are beat up old shoes that I'll wear just to go to the supermarket or whatever, mow the lawn in. But I'll put my feet into the shoe and they'll be like, man, it feels weird. And it turns out she'll put a plastic bottle cap underneath the, what do you call it, the instep, whatever, the little piece of the thing inside the shoe. And the other day, there was something, turned out she had found this broken Frankenstein hand from a Frankenstein that broke. I later replaced, but somehow she found this Frankenstein hand and put it in the shoe. She likes to put little presents in my shoe. And it's strange, man.
I feel like I did this
okay.
when Netflix first came out. It was easy for me to go, okay, if this is the case, all right, you know, if Netflix is here, then, you know, these movie rental houses are going to go out of fashion. And then, you know, it just made sense to me that I was like, okay, why do they even need Netflix? Why wouldn't the studios themselves create their own platforms? It just seemed obvious to me to see, okay, Disney's going to have its own Netflix, Paramount's going to have it, and eventually it did, you know, happen like that. So to me, it was easy that once you saw, okay, here's the potential that, you know, live streaming on the internet, it just came obvious how everything would roll out. Is that what happened with you, where you go, okay, why do we need hotels? Why do we need a cab company if people can just connect peer-to-peer? Is it the peer-to-peer aspect that caused that revolution of thought that allowed you to sort of come up with all these ideas that were ahead of their time? But
yeah, you know, I don't know. I always see the future.
Yeah, I don't know. I just see the future, man. I'm like a superhero, man. What are you talking about? I'll make you an offer you can't refuse, man. Okay. Oh, I had to get the fan. What the hell am I thinking? Okay. Oh, I was gonna number those boxes. I need a marker to do that.
so what's next? I mean, where does this go from here? I mean, we see the way that the government is, you know, I think it seems to me like they finally realized, and by the way, he's playing with his little Alex Jones stress ball. Hold it down where it was. We'll do.
Okay, I got my marker.
He's on this Alex Jones stress ball. Now on sale at these.
I never said I told you so.
The AlexJonesStore.com. That's an awesome little toy.
Okay.
It seems like the government tried its hardest to like defeat Bitcoin, and they just realized they couldn't do it. So now they're trying
All right, let's get this fan going. That should help a little. Okay. I guess I got to take all these Silver Age boxes out and figure out the numbers, because it's driving me out of my mind. Okay, this one says this is the one we were just looking at. It's all Fantastic Four, so that's F. So this is the one after it, Fantasy Masterpieces. Starts with Fantasy Masterpieces to the Hulk. Okay, number 1 starts with action. Yeah, that makes sense. I'll put that here. Okay, this is number 2. I've got these two numbered. Adventure to Amazing Spider-Man. Yeah, Amazing Spider-Man. Angel and the 8th Aquaman. Okay. So I gotta find the next box. Okay, here we go. This box is Aquaman. And so this one will need a 3 written on it. I think there's a Batman I need to file in this box. Yes, Batman. Then the next Silver Age comic I need to file is G. Although I think I pulled my DC Romance comics into a separate box. Yeah, it's called Girls Love, and it does. I think I put those somewhere else. Let me find that box. Oh shit. Okay. It says Aquaman to Batlash. Let's see, that's no longer accurate. See, on the other side, it says Aquaman to Avengers. That was right at one point, but then it's better just to have numbers than anything else. Because comic collections have a tendency to grow. Okay, Aquaman. Is there any Batman? Actually, there is no Batman in this box. It goes to Batlash, yeah. Okay, Batlash. Okay, so box 4 will be the Batman books. You know what's pathetic is how few Atom comics I have. Because I love this comic. All I have is issue 16, 23. It's not an expensive book, but you never see it I never see it anywhere. Maybe you do. 24. Well, I love it. There's 30. And then by 39, he was teamed up with Hawkman. Maybe it's because there weren't many of them that you don't see it that much. 44. And then there's my Avengers #1. It's a facsimile. This is not a facsimile. This is complicated. This is from the Golden Record set, which only came out a few years after this was published for real. So this is a Silver Age comic. It was printed in the 60s, probably around 66. And the original comic was what, 63, 64 maybe? It's only a couple of years later. So it's really a Silver Age comic. It has that feeling of age. It just doesn't have a price written on it and stuff, and the original ads aren't in it. It was given to you inside of a record album, just so you could read along with this record. You can hear the record on YouTube. It's badly done, unfortunately. Most things in the 1960s weren't badly done, but they didn't try, man. The Power records in the 70s were actually better. And those were, you know, those all had laughable, campy, you know, moments where you could tell the actors had never rehearsed. They were reading it for the first time. I actually have 2 of the ones that go on the record set. I'm trying to remember if I have the record, or do I just have 2 of the comics? I mean, I've heard it, so maybe I have the record, or maybe I've just heard it on YouTube. I'd have to go through my record collection. Trust me, there was also a Spider-Man #1, right? And there was Fantastic Four '01, also from Golden Records, and they were all very disappointing audio-wise, but you can hear them on YouTube if you search around. Here's a facsimile of #8. A few years ago, it was, I'm just looking at Gotham City's logo on the board, but underneath it there's a stamp for, looks like, Dragon's Lair Comics. How many comic stores are called Dragon's Lair or Dragon's Den from the old days? Anyway, everyone was speculating on Kang the Conqueror because he was going to be the next big baddie in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and then it turned out that no one cared. Okay, this is my oldest Avengers. It's number 13. It's from 1966, and you know that because someone wrote 1966 on it. Probably someone in the early 70s. I want you to know how old it was. Number 14. Have you seen all the Avengers? I've got all of the Avengers from this point on through the mid-1970s, all a gift from a friend of mine. I already had a few of them, but now that's a pretty good run that I have. Yeah, but that's not what I'm trying to do right now. I'm trying to organize these boxes, so. What the hell is that? Oh, this sucks. No, they put these stupid words on the song. Sometimes the robots are in. Goddamn. Shit, that hurt. Okay. So I need to find the Batman box. There it is. Of course, it's at the very bottom. works out that way, doesn't it? Come on, bastard. God damn it. This has to be the box 4. Yeah, okay. Starts with Batman number 5, which is a facsimile. And then recently, I got this facsimile of Batman number 9. So it goes in there. This box is too tight, so I'm going to pull a few out of the back and put those in the next box. Pull all these Captain Savage ones out of the back. Let's see. I have a complete, no I don't. I have issue 1, missing issue 2, but I've got a lot of copies of issue 3. Then it looks like I come back for issue 6. Issue 7, this one has Ben Grimm and during World War II before he becomes the Thing. 7. Missing 8, and then I've got 9, and then I have issue 18. So I'm missing quite a few of those. This is a Toys R Us special replica edition of 121. First Mr. Freeze, of course they called him Mr. Zero then. This is Thor appearing in Batman 127. 129. 142. See, I'm getting sidetracked with what I'm trying to do. Blackhawk. Yeah, this was a facsimile that came out recently because Metamorpho was going to be in the Superman movie. Brother Power, the Geek. I'd read about that in the Monster Times. They had an issue, the worst, it was called The Worst issue, where they talked about the worst horror movies, the worst TV shows, the worst comic books, and Brother Power the Geek was considered one of the worst. But I think it's a cool comic. This Captain Action, I only have number 1. Thought I had more of that. Dang, it's hot enough. Captain America 112, this is a good cover. Okay, my goal is to write number 4 on this. But it's no longer to Captain Savage, so I have to put I'll change Savage to Marvel. Okay. Okay, 4. That fan is not helping. Oh. Okay, if this is 4, what would be the next thing? C. After Captain Savage, what's the next thing? Daredevil, right? So I gotta have a box with Daredevil. Where would that be? Oh boy. There has to be a Daredevil box. Okay, what is this box here? This is the problem you have. See, I found it. Detective is crossed out and Daredevil's written. But in reality, the earliest comics in this are challengers of the unknown. So this writing titles on boxes makes no sense unless you're never planning to buy any more comics ever. Then you could do that. So I'm gonna have to pull some books out of this box, some Doom Patrol and the first of the Fantastic Four to fit these Captain Savages in. This is the quartet that Kirby created before the Fantastic Four. Oh, 2 copies of that. Yep. And then I have the earliest issues of Conan in here, because anything that's Silver Age I keep in these boxes. Most of Conan's because like as soon as the corner box goes away, I consider it no longer to be Silver Age. Most people would consider this Bronze Age. They think Bronze Age started with the first appearance of Conan the Barbarian. Okay. My oldest Daredevil's 25. You know, like I said, I don't have a very great comic collection because I collected other things. The comics are just one thing I collected. So I have to explain it to you every time. I have to apologize to you. Okay. Some old detective comics. Oh, look at this. This one's actually real. I got that at Lone Star Comics. That wasn't even very expensive. And then the Doom Patrol, of course, is a comic I dearly love. So, it's box 5. So it's Captain Savage. To Doom Patrol. See how I wrote? I just wrote it over there on the side. It's all insanity. Okay, 4, 5. So 6 would be the Fantastic Four one. So this is going to be box 6. Four, 5, 6. So this would be 7. Fantasy Masterpieces to Hulk. Okay. Over here somewhere I've got a box with romance comics. See, Ambrose the Cat is up here. I think I have it mixed with war comics. I don't know, something like that, crazy. I see I have DC horror, humor, and romance. That would make a good song. Horror, humor, and romance. That's like very profound, isn't it? You see this? This was part of a dog toy. This is all that's left of it. This is one of the most cherished items. This could never be thrown away. My dog, Drew, cherishes this. This is a baby to her. She puts it on a special cushion. She brings food up here to that. And to see these other green things? They're, what is that? Uh-oh. Oh, some of my stuff wound up down here. Where does she get? She's burying all these toys down under these pillows. Look at this, man. Ambrose has discovered it too. She's got this toy Gumby. There's a she considers green toys to be her children. She stole this little thing here. I'm stealing it back. I don't know how she got a hold of that. And this little garbage pail kid thing that Kevin sent me. I'm stealing that back. Anyway, let me tuck them back in. Drew has apparently tucked these to bed. You know what's weird? You don't think about it when you get a dog or cat fixed. You think, well, it's just they're just beasts. But she's got this maternal urge, and the dogs, they say they don't see color. Well, they do see some colors, and she's attracted to the color green. So green toys she loves, and she treats these things. She has them up here. They're her babies. They're tucked under these pillows. And that little green one here, it's horrible looking. I'll put it with the others. She'd be devastated if that was lost. We can't throw that away. It used to be a full toy, but it got chewed to death. For some reason, this card of Detective Comics was down there with her toys. She had stolen it from somewhere. That came with the action figure. Well, it's not damaged, but yeah, weird skullduggery happens up here. Uh-oh, the cat's jumped up on top of the comics. This cat's starting to get bold, man. What are you doing up here, man? Ambrose, get down from there. This is not for you, man. This is Ambrose the cat, man. His name used to be Mary, but then we found out he was a boy when we took him to the vet. So that name no longer worked. Okay. Oh my gosh. What are you up to, Ambrose? You don't want to be a comic collector, trust me. It's a bleak life. My biggest fear in doing these shows is that people have a little notepad and they're writing down, I need to get these issues, I need to look them up on mycomicshop.com. You need to don't start collecting comics, man. I feel like an old country western song of the gunfighter saying, son, you don't want to live life like I did. You don't want to live the life of an outlaw. You're going on back home to the farm. You don't want to be a comic book collector, man. You had a nice job at the bank. Okay. Well, this box has Binky's Buddies. Somewhere I have a box of Freaky cereal, and it's been driving me crazy. I don't know where it is. What are you... I don't like that the cat is now jumping up on things, man. I'm not going to be able to stop him unless I keep the door closed up here, but I might as well just live with the fact that he knows how to get up here and just... Ambrose, there's nothing up there to be seen. Oh no, this is not good. Yeah, see, that's bad. Ambrose, that's a highly collectible box of Kaboom. I'll have you know. Stay down there, man. Oh, God. Okay. All this was to file one comic here. This comic, Girls Love. Oh, and then I need to file a Green Lantern and an Iron Man as soon as I get to those boxes. A really great drawing. Her toes are a little weird. That's all right. I just noticed that. It's not like I can draw any better. Okay. Here's Girls Love number 180. Here's 146. This one's 139. So that's the extent of my Girls Love collection. Then there's Girls Romances. And this was a facsimile that just came out not too long ago. I don't know why they made a facsimile of that particular issue, 125. I'm sure there's some reason. Young Romance, there's tons of titles. They used to make comics for girls. Now they're called manga. I'm just kidding. Okay, so Phantom Stranger, Plop is in here. Secrets of Haunted House. Secrets of Sinister House, Unexpected. Weird, okay. You know, part of it's the lighting in here. It's so damn hot. Maybe I'll turn on some of this extra light. Okay. What is this? Oh, Superboy and the Legion of Superheroes. Okay, I'm looking for the next box. We just fought number 7. 7 goes to Hulk. Oh, this box is where the Green Lantern should be. So this book should be. There's something weird going on with this part of Green Lantern's body. I don't know. I don't question it. Fox and the Crow, Green Lantern. This one's 71. My oldest Green Lantern is number 11. '23, where he obviously fights Popeye.
Holy shit. To light on.
number 40. I wish I had more Green Lanterns. I just do what I can, man. These are the ones I found in my time, you know, hunting around. 52. 59. This is a facsimile with the first Guy Gardner. That was done recently. 63. 65. Then the next one is 89. So 71 goes here. Oh, now you're walking on my records. Oh no. God damn it. Ambrose, you must get down from there. Come on, that's the wrong place for you to be. Don't you know those are collectibles? Okay, so that goes to Hulk, right? So I'm looking for Hulk. Here it is. All right. This is the box that starts with Fantasy Masterpieces and goes to Hulk. Wait, I already have that box. Okay, that's not what I need. I need a box that starts with Hulk. That'll be box 8. Get off of that, you gross cat. I've got to cat-proof this area is what I really got to do. Now this Superboy, I put my Superboy in, my Legion of Superheroes stuff from the 70s, I have in a separate box. I have it separate. And this box has a lot of space at the back of it. So here's where I'm going to put just some of these odds and ends, like this Comic Con flyer, and some damaged comics that really are, I'm not going to throw them away, but they're just not, well, this one's not that bad. The Sergeant Rock, some of these are all messed up. They used to sell these bricks of comics called Wounded Wonders at Lone Star Comics, and a lot of them just didn't have covers, or they were messed up in some way. And I don't know how I wound up with this horrible Magic the Gathering thing, but maybe someone horrible, I tell you. Oh, lyrics to a parody of Jingle Bell Rock. I did that back in the old days. Now with Suno, I can actually try to have that sung by a real jungle girl. Or a robot pretending to be one. Damn, it's hot. I think I'm going to go downstairs. I don't know. Okay. So I need a book. Okay. IJK. It's got to be a box with those letters. Oh, there it is. It's over here. I didn't see this box because there were some CDs on top of it. It's right in front of me. Okay. So this is box number 8. Okay. Okay, so Iron Man and the Submariner #1 goes in here. After my Inferior 5 collection. It's kind of DC's answer to Marvel's Not Brand X. Not as good as Not Brand X, but a good comic. Inferior 5. Nobody ever talks about the Inferior 5. When have you ever heard anyone on YouTube talk about the Inferior 5? Look at that. Okay, here's a facsimile of Iron Man #1. So this would go before that. And then I have a bunch of Iron Mans that don't have titles or are severely damaged. Here's one I got from Kevin at Gotham City Comics. I have a bunch of coverless Iron Mans. Most of his Silver Age appearances are going to be in Tales of Suspense. This is towards the end. But man, they have art by Graham Ingalls. Not Graham, is it Graham Ingalls? Who is the... I might be wrong. I don't want to tell you wrong. It's an EC artist, a great EC artist. But my mind is boiling. Sorry, Johnny Craig. Graham Ingalls retired from comics and didn't ever even want to talk about them again after what happened with EC. Yeah, great EC artist that I liked his work at Marvel. A lot of people didn't. What's wrong with those people? Okay, so 32, 34, 36, 42, still only 15 cents. That'll be the last Silver Age. And then it goes to the strip across the top that says Marvel Comics Group, and that's when I consider the Bronze Age to have begun. And some annuals. Genie. Then Justice League. For a while they were reprinting the beginning or first issues of Justice League. That's a facsimile of #1. They were at least doing the Brave and the Bold ones. Here's number 17. But wait, that's 17? This is 16. It's out of order. How about that? 19. I understand that the Of America has gone away in DC Comics. It's just the Justice League now. I'm not a fan of that. Okay, so I'm looking for Kid Colt Outlaw. Kazar. Here we go. Kid Colt Outlaw, number 118. And I recently obtained number 90. Be nice if it was bagged and boarded, but I don't have any bags and boards. So that goes in there. And I'll have everything to file until we get to the M's with Mystery in Space. So this is box 8, which is now Marvel Collector's Item Classics and Hulk, right? All right. Where'd 7 go? 7, 8, okay. So we're looking for M. Here we go. This will be box number 9 of Silver Age, and then I gotta count the number of short boxes and long boxes I have, because I want to do a math problem and figure out how many comics I have. Okay, so this box has got a lot of these Marvel Collector's Item Classics that reprint the Fantastic Four stories and other stuff, and then that changed to Marvel's Greatest Comics and continued publishing all through the 70s. And then you got Marvel Superheroes. It's the first Captain Marvel. First Guardians of the Galaxy. And some Metal Men. So the next box will probably be where I would file a Mystery into Space comic. Let's look at the Metal Men while we're there. Let's see how many Metal Men comics I have. Ooh, this one's in really good shape. What do you think, man? That's issue 37. Here's issue 2. Why is 37 in front of 2? Makes no sense. Here's 5. Seven. 8. 10. 11. See the little F under the DC? That's, I guess that stands for fair, maybe? Because there's a rolled spine. $13. There's another 13. 17. I need to fill in the holes. I've got reprints, but I need to fill in these holes. Because all it would take is James Gunn to make a Metal Men series or movie, and then I'd never be able to afford these. And that's something he would do. Some characters like this would attract him. 18. 19. 21. 22. What are you looking at there, Ambrose? 22. Come on, Ambrose. You're... Okay, back to the middle. I'm not going to stop him. What am I even thinking? 22, 20, 23. I guess I have a lot of them, but I'm just not satisfied, man. 24. There's another 24. 26. It's like a lot of issues I'm missing every other issue. Got 4. I've got 4 copies of 26. You know why that is? I don't know why that is, but I don't know. 26. Missing 28, 27. Here's 28. Another 28. 32. Oh, and what was this one? This is 39. But does the next box have Metal Men, more Metal Men? It must. Where'd the cat go to? Put down in the comments below where the cat went to, please. 39. Eight. 7. So we're looking for a box that maybe starts with M. Here we go. Metal Men to not brand deck. This will be box 10. Yeah, more Metal Men, not brand. Why did I split up my not brand X? Yeah, not, yeah, Metal Men kept going. Yeah, there's room in this box, and yet that other box over there says it has not brand X in it. I should move them over. Yeah, this makes no sense. Let's move these not brand X over here so all the not brand X can be together. So now it's Metal Men to, yeah, it's still a Metal Men to not brand X. And it's box number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This should be box 10. So, Outlaw Kid to Stanley and his monster. This would be box 11. Is there anything else I needed to file? Oh, I was going to file a mystery in space, and Didn't do that. Our Army at War, Rawhide Kid. Submariner's coming up. Rawhide. These Rawhide Kids I got a file. And Mystery in Space.
From another planet, muscles made of granite, X-ray eyes and super brain. Is it a bird? Is it a plane?
Mystery in Space.
What is it? It's Superman, throwing things at a reporter. Working for
Okay.
daily paper. Leaps into his boots, jumps into his cave, changes into Superman. Holy shit! You gotta get.
Where'd the other box go?
From another planet,
Oh, it would be here.
muscles made of granite, X-ray eyes and super brain. Is it a bird? Is it a plane? What is it?
Here's a facsimile of more fun comics. Okay, so
Working for a daily paper, leaps into his boots,
damn it.
jumps into
Mystery in Space,
changes into super.
number 62.
Holy shit.
And here's the facsimile of 75. '82. Oh, 83 is the one I just got that I need to file in. 90. 96.
Working for a daily paper, leaps into his boots, jumps into his cave, changes into Grottu Orloff. Holy shit!
This is not in very good shape. It had a little dog ear there. I had to fix that. Okay, 96, 97. 108. This is a cool character. Ultra the Multi-Alien. 110. That's all I got there. Moves to the New Gods. Okay, so not Brandak. So that's 10. Box 10. So I need to find N and oh, I've already found that. So that's 10. Okay, 11. That goes to Stanley and his monster. Okay, it's gonna be this box that's next. So this is 12. 12. Okay, it's Strange Adventures, and it's Strange Tales, Submariner, yeah, Sugar and Spike, Superboy. But that doesn't, I gotta file these Rawhide Tales. That must be the box over there. There's a Submariner in here I have to file. Number 5. I have 3, 4, 8. So this goes before that. 10. This is a great comic because it has some great art in it. No one gives it credit. 11. Okay. Submariner. Okay, goes to Superboy. This is always one of my favorite comics too, Sugar and Spike. Superboy. Yeah, crypto is real big right now. I'm not giving you financial advice. I'm saying that Superboy's dog is real hot right now. And apparently Superman comics in general, old and new, are selling really well in comic stores now. Okay. So this goes to Superboy, from Strange Adventures to Superboy. Oh, I'm writing all this, so I can just flip it around to the other side and use this one. Okay, Strange Adventures to Superboy. Gotta follow these Rawhide kids. Who would have thought when I was a kid that someday I'd be filing Rawhide Kid comics? That was like the most detestable comic on the stands when I was a kid. It's like, why would anyone buy Rawhide Kid? And all this other cool stuff. Now I think Rawhide Kid is cool. I didn't then. 52. $80. So there's 60. 61. Look at the condition on this one. Okay, so that goes there.
Changes into Superman. Holy
10, 11, 12. So that went to Superboy. So this would be the next one. Superboy to Superman. Then there's Superman that goes to Tales of Suspense.
Holy shit.
So that was 12. This will be box 13. 13. It's all messed up. I'll just write it on the other side. Okay. So it's Superboy to Superman. So I'm actually getting something accomplished today. Okay, it's amazing. Great stuff, man. I think I showed you this stuff recently, or maybe I was showing you Adventure Con. I don't know what I was showing you. I think I pulled out the Superman stuff after the movie came out and showed you all these. If I didn't, I don't know. Maybe if you want to see them, let me know in the comments. Yeah, I showed all these. I remember now. I think there's a facsimile of this out. Okay, so that's great. So that's 13. Don't ever put your glasses on the floor. That's stupid. Wind up crunching them. That almost made that mistake just now. 13. Okay, this is 14 then. Superman. Going through Tales of Suspense.
Holy
14. Okay. $13, 14. So Tales of Suspense. The next thing after that, Tales. What would be TE? No, T. The next thing has to be Thor, right? Well, this is Thor, but it's towards the end of Thor, so this is going to be box 14. This will be box 16. There's got to be a Thor box. it's going to be 15. Oh, here it is. Okay, so that one's 16, this will be 15. Tales to Astonish, Teen Titans, Journey into Mystery. That's my oldest Thor. Okay. Sumo got confused and said a woman from another planet. Man, what's wrong with these robots? Okay. 13, 14, 15. Okay. 16. Thor to, where was the other Thor box? Oh, there, the world's finest. So, and this would be 17, Wonder Woman to X-Men. I have a Wonder Woman I need to file. Actually, 3 books. I filed this Wonder Woman. See, this is a beat up copy that I got from Kevin that I think he actually just sent it to me free just because he's a nice guy. But this one that I had before was, you can tell, is really bad. So it's an improvement even though it's not good. And then I got this World's Finest 186 that I got to file. And this Western DC comic. World's Finest 186, 61, 69, 182, 185. I don't have 186. I have 185, 187, so that falls in. Whew. Okay. I don't know, man. I've had about as much fun as I think I can have up here today. I've gotten all the Silver Age books counted. Now, we're going to count long boxes. There's like 3 high. That's 30 long boxes, 31, 32 long boxes, 33, 34, 35 long boxes, 35 long short boxes. Wait, there's more long boxes. Are these long? Yeah. Oh, shit. What's in these boxes? I don't even know what's in these boxes. Oh. They must be the beginning. Yeah, okay. 30, okay. These are the, okay. 31, 30. What did I say? 30. There's 35, 36, 37, 38, 39. 39 long boxes. Short. Do you consider magazines comics? Because I do, but okay, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. 20, 21, 22, 23. Okay, I'm counting 46 long boxes and 37 short. So I gotta do that math, which I'll need the phone to do that math, so I can't do it yet. Okay.
I was visiting a friend. When I saw him, he was standing right in front of me. With muscles made of granite. X-ray eyes and a super brain. Is it a bird? Is it a
Every time I do a different variation on Suno.com, I keep it saved on a disc, and these are all the different variations. I was trying to create a perfect Superman song, and then but I didn't publish all these. But
think that a reporter working for a daily paper would leap into his boots, jump into his change into Superman. Holy shit, it's Superman.
okay.
It's Superman. Holy shit, it's Superman.
What time it is? Oh, and then all these Treasury editions, man, those count as comics. I don't know, man. Okay, Ambrose the cat, let's go downstairs. I'm through having fun up here. Okay. Whew. Let's go see if the mail showed up. Ooh, there's a package from eBay. It's crunched. It's not damaged. There's a letter for the previous owner of the house. I'll leave that there for the mailman to pick up. This is I think a remote control I need. My DVD recorder, the remote stopped working partially. And I lived back in Texas. I had a friend that would know how to open up the remote control and clean the contacts and make it work again. But he's 11 hours away. So I can't pause when I'm recording, which creates a little problem. I gotta stop the recording. Yeah, it just doesn't work. Why am I getting my keys out? I didn't lock the door. Yeah, let's see if this new remote works. Hopefully I have batteries, otherwise I have to go. Well, I'll just switch the batteries from the remote I have.
guy. I'm saying this new package of stuff is BS. Well, that's okay, Trump. Because we have enough of the court cases and the rest of it. Now, Bill Clinton, Gates, and all the rest of it. This is bad. They're not going to go that. Yes, just release it and let them bring out the crowd. Because blocking it just because they say mean things about your wife and that she was a hooker that worked for Jeffrey Epstein, they already did that in 2016, 2017, and now they're doing that again. I predicted it.
Okay.
And Trump has told his staff, and I don't just believe the Washington Post and New York Times, I confirmed this with staff, that they told him you need to go ahead and put all this out. So they know what's in there. They go, this is not a big deal. And he's like, F these people, I'm sick of it. I'm tired of getting all the attention. I'll have to go through all this again. Well, guess what you are? And you made it a lot worse 3 weeks ago. Tell everybody to shut up. So, there's nothing substantive there, just like I believed, and now we know. Sorry for Melania. Sorry you gotta hear about the fake Jane Does again. They've all been bringing real women who made up all over. I get it, Trump. Nothing like you've gone through, but I had international detective agencies, intelligence agencies from Dubai and the UK.
Okay. Is this big enough to be the, maybe, yeah. Yeah, I guess so. It looks brand new. It's from the Bay Area. What's the date on this? June 24th. So, someone, it's an older guy that still reads, gets the newspaper. You know that. Okay. Where's my remote? Okay.
No, I'm not into sadism, sadomasochism. I don't like pain. I'll endure it if I have to. But
It's my old remote. This is the one I just got from eBay. It seems like it's the plastic is a little bit different, but it's still the same serial number, all that.
And, you know, I've had old girlfriends in between marriages call and say, oh, they offer me money, sweetheart, I told them how wonderful you are. And then all these other women that I just met, they find a photo from some party and they call them and offer money. So, I know what Trump has gone through. And I know I'm sick of it too. Again, I use this example because there's thousands of them, but remember, New York Times, it was a fish tank. Never been a fish tank in this office. I was mad at an employee right at work. I grabbed the goldfish and ate it.
Putting the batteries in.
For Wall Street, folks. So, but they make up stuff because it's like, oh, come on, the New York Times didn't make up.
I'm recording right now, so I guess I could try pausing and rewinding.
Seafood's got to be totally fresh. Ocean usually is the best. I would never kill an employee's fish. There's never been a fish tank but B. A slimy goldfish? I couldn't even get it down. Ooh, this is the thought. Ooh, it's the smell of a fish tank. But it doesn't matter.
Let's see if it pauses.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Women are throwing themselves at Trump. They just make up.
It works. Oh, right. Okay, so I go back to women are throwing themselves at Trump. My gosh, I'm so happy. Oh, I went back too far. Oh, shit. Oh, no. Why did it do that?
$10 because if they ever find some woman to make it up, it'll be all over the news. I would never kill an employee's fish. There's never been a fish tank but B. A slimy goldfish? I couldn't even get it down. Ooh, this is the thought. Ooh, it's the smell of a fish tank. But it doesn't matter, you see. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Women are throwing themselves at Trump.
All right, man, I'm so happy. This is my life, recording and editing together videos. It's a pathetic life, but it's my hobby. And so I wasn't able to,
Literally just
like when I put together my radio show, I want to put in commercials and stuff, and station IDs and jingles, and I'd have to stop and then start the recorder again after the jingle. The jingle only lasts 20 seconds, and then I'd have to start and record a commercial, then stop it. Instead of pausing it where it's one single recording, I've got all these chapter stops. So I know it's a first world problem, but anyway, everything's great, fantastic. What a relief. I told my wife there's one of these on eBay, and I think it was like $18. I said, would you just click the button? Oh my God, I'm so happy. Well,
and grabbed her by the butt and said, I want to marry a black woman. What? I've actually a lot of attractive black women, but I don't see.
So, I got a text message from Shannon, from Comic Book Memories, the great comic collector on YouTube, and he said, could I send you a package? I'm sending some packages tomorrow. I better not spoil the surprise because he's sending them to several people, and so I said sure. So he's confirming my address, and that's great because that's great. Yeah, because he's a neat guy, and that's great. And Captain Strangelife was talking in his last video that he was going to have, I think, knee surgery and knee replacement surgery, and I think he had that like last week or something. So we gotta, say a prayer for his recovery and for his wife and everything. I mean, just so they're doing well and yeah. I'm gonna do a show about wrestling, a radio show. So I'm gonna create songs about classic wrestlers. I'm gonna. If you guys like to get on Suno.com and start getting into the fun of having evil demonic robots create music for you, and then you could create some wrestling, any kind of songs. Send me links. I'll put you on my radio show, so it's not just me. And sometimes I play some of Kevin's. He's doing it too. He got into Suno.com from Gotham City Comics. He plays that music in his store. Those customers are shopping. I know we did a Hulk Hogan song, and I had done a couple songs about the Crusher. Of course, there's a famous song from the 60s about the wrestler, the Crusher, and it's a great garage rock song, and the Cramps did a cover version of that. And so I did a couple of songs about the Crusher, but there's a lot of great wrestlers from back then, and evil heel wrestlers and stuff. Stuff I remember, the Von Erichs and stuff. Anyway, something I'm thinking of doing.
So I had a bigger house. It was gigantic, but I bought it as an investment.
Yeah, man.
There's a really smart realtor coming to Elon Musk.
So I don't know what else to tell you. Why don't we go to 3 hours, 33 minutes and 33 seconds, just to be totally Masonic. So let's see what's going on in the Bay Area, ladies and gentlemen. Animals suffering months after LA fires. It's weird, newspapers are so small now. It used to be you'd stretch your arms out and read the newspaper. Now you can barely, you can only go this far. Un-American, man. Okay. Community is grappling with too many peacocks. Yeah, that's always a problem, man. London's secret tunnels will be open to the public. Oh, here's the front. The Mercury News. Camera offers exciting views into deep space. They say there's some big giant spaceship headed our way, and it's supposed to get here in November. Have you heard about that? Trump claiming ceasefire at hand. Iranian official says Iran will agree if Israeli attacks cease as region remains on edge. Threat from Trump puts state school aid in limbo.
being cut off. So you guys are the people
That
love money.
this is worded in a biased way at all.
Money to me is a tool.
Oh my gosh. Well, it's collectible. I better save it and get it bagged and boarded.
That's really important AI stuff.
Yeah, man. How about that, man?
But
Okay.
what matters to me is staying on the air. What matters to me is telling the truth. What matters
You guys listen to Alex Jones?
and that's why they attack my integrity.
I like to record it because I figure at some point he's gonna, something's gonna happen. He's gonna be off the air. They're gonna take him down, and I'll have all these recordings that'll then be historical. That they'll probably try to keep us from hearing. Someone's got to be an archivist, Well, let's see, man. There's the wonderful Alan. Here's the wonderful Ambrose the cat. And Kelly's about to go poo-poo in the kitty litter box. You don't want to see that. Well, man, I got all the Silver Age comics organized. I got a few comics filed. I don't know if this has been that dynamic a show today. There's a couple of Archie Digest. I know where to put them. Over here. Well, there's no room there. How about that, ladies and gentlemen? How about that? I'll see you guys.